The Niger Senate Committee wey dey handle public petition, ethics and code of conduct don reject Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan petition against Senate Presido Godswill Akpabio as dem tok say na dead on arrival. Dis decision come after the committee wey Senator Neda dey lead find out say the petition conflict with more than 40 subsections of the Senate rulebook. The petition come after Natasha complain say dem shift her seat for Senate to hide her from making contribution wey come lead to gbas between Senate Presido Akpabio wey make the Senate send her go their ethics committee for disciplinary review. The Committee of Public Petition, Ethics and Code of Conduct wey Senator Neda be the chairmo come tok say na Senate rules govern the matter and no outside influence or court fit review senator behaviour.
Attempting to stop this committee from doing its work. This is unacceptable. Indeed, we should actually let the world know that there is what they call separation of powers in our constitution. The judiciary, like I just told you, if there's a matter before them, we do not touch those matters. We know as parliamentarians what our rights, privileges are. And one of those things is we moderate what we do in the Senate. It is not subject to any court. And so in the Senate, whatever happens there happens within the Senate and not subject to any other court. The issue before us today is the issue of an alleged misconduct of one of our distinguished senators on the floor of the Senate. And there are rules that guide such conduct and such behaviors. It is not subject to any court outside this committee. And so we do not actually pay much reference to this order that came. But we are going back on our rule book, like I said before, that the petition she presented today is actually dead on arrival. And I say that because it runs contrary to Order 40, subsection 4, that no senator may present to the Senate a petition signed by him or herself.
Meanwhile, the Senate spokesperson, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, Senate Chairman for Rules and Business, Senator Titus Zam, and Sergeant-at-Arms Mutua Osmalai come chook mouth wella on top everything wey dey play as dem dey highlight Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan misconduct.
I, as the maker of the Senate, was seriously miffed and quite discomfited with the state of the odious reputation that the Senate is degenerating into and the public opprobrium that is being generated by the behavior of one of us at the plenary on February 20, 2025. And as the maker of the Senate, I started receiving a lot of calls, both locally, nationally, and internationally, and even exponentially from even members of my own family, that what is happening in the Senate. It became quite very difficult for me to even address the deluge of those demands that I have to talk and tell the public what really happened. And on that said day, February 28th, Thursday, 2025, at the Senate, in the plenary, in the chamber of that day, that was almost a breakdown of law and order in the chamber. That there was almost a kind of legislative topsy-turvy, because one of us, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, was vehemently opposing the directive that her seat has been changed to somewhere else within the chambers. And she was duly informed by the sergeant at her, but she did not go to that assigned seat. And when we go by our orders, because like I said on the floor of the Senate, when I was moving the said motion, that we have our standing orders, which are our rules, our statutes. It's our internal constitution. Because we are empowered by the various sections of the constitution, that is the National Assembly, to make our own rules that will guide us, since we are not barbarians, since it is not an animal farm. And even in an animal farm, there is a modicum of decency and decorum.
I want to draw our attention to the fact that the Senate institution is highly regulated, including the way we participate in proceedings and even our dress codes. It is a highly regulated institution, and we are regulated by this red book called Senate Standing Orders. And by virtue of my position as the chairman of the Committee on Rules and Business, I stand to protect the rules of the Senate and to ensure that the rules are enforced at all sittings of the Senate. I want to draw our attention to Senate Standing Order Rule 1, which says the proceedings in the Senate and in all committees of the Senate shall be conducted in accordance with the Senate rules and orders.
We're going on trying to appeal to her to listen, but she was sitting down on her former seat. Not until when the vote and proceeding was approved, immediately after the approval of votes and proceedings, then Senator Tahir Monguno raised a point of order informing the Senate about the new changes, which he said clearly that Senator Natasha should move to her newly allocated seat next to Senator Ireti Kingibe. If her refusal to do that may tantamount to that she may not be allowed to speak, because it is against the rules of the Senate a senator to speak from a seat not allocated to him. She insisted. So after he finished his point of order informing the Senate, she too equally raised another point of order according to her under privileges, that her privilege has been infringed, therefore she cannot move to that. Still, SP says he will not recognize her until when she moves to that her newly allocated seat. So she continued shouting, following a lot of unparliamentary languages. So based on that, SP directed that Sergeant at Arms should go and off her microphone and take her outside the chamber, so that we'll have a relative peace within the chamber. We approached her. Immediately we are moving there. We call some of the ladies so that somebody will not hide under tradition, and even though in discharging our duties we can do beyond that. So as we approached, many senators surrounded her that no, we should not move her. They're trying to plead to the Senate President to see normalcy is brought back to the chamber.
Meanwhile, Justice Obiara Ekuatu of Federal High Court for Abuja ruled on behalf of Natasha legal team and give order to stop the Senate from taking action on Natasha case till the court go check am wella. Make una no forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We no dey take blame. Ekata Ojisole reporting for TMC TV.